Yeah, so welcome to a video. I'm making this one this time. It's the first time I've done that on my channel. So today, though, I'm not alone. You know, I'm here with somebody. Who's that person?
It is I, Saji, here to talk about politics like I usually do all the time.
That's what we do. That's all we've ever posted on the internet. We don't care about anything else. Entertainment-wise, no. We don't give a fuck. Jokes? No.
Yeah, we only talk politics because we're political people. Isn't that right?
Political pundits, PPs. We're the PPs of the internet.
Yeah, we are the PPs.
Today, Saji, I brought you here and the audience here along with me to look at this political figure in Idaho. Now, am I from Idaho? No, I don't really care necessarily. I don't think this person actually has a chance of winning. His name's, first of all, Ammon Bundy. If we look at his website, he really highlights the Bundy really proudly, which, like, Ted Bundy, I would try and distance myself from that personally. Like, politically, it's not the best look.
It's almost like he's gloating his last name. He's like, guys, Bundy, look, big red letter. And they're also red letters, which, not a great choice, but.
Which, like, you know, it's fine to be proud of your name. Like, I love my last name. Fierce, fucking banger of a last name.
I also love your last name. It's great.
I'll be honest, I was waiting for you to be like, I like my last name, your last name. Like, but, you know. Thank you, Sash.
Yeah, no problem.
Ammon here is a very interesting person for a multitude of reasons. He has a lot of political beliefs that don't really make a lot of sense, which we'll get into later. But first, we're going to show one of his campaign videos. Because I really think that's going to set the stage for who he is. And it's also, okay, the real thing is, it's really fucking funny. You really thought I was going to come on here and talk about the politics of Idaho?
Oh, what? But that's why I thought I was here. Well, damn. I don't know why I'm here. Because I know a lot about Idaho for some reason. Just, that's the only reason I actually came on. It is the only state I know of, actually.
Saji's a big potato guy, if you guys didn't know.
Yes, and Idaho is known for potatoes, if you didn't know.
We was on call for an hour beforehand, and he just would not shut the fuck up about those goddamn spuds.
I fucking love potatoes, man. And the worst thing ever to happen in history is the Irish famine, obviously.
That also is, in my opinion, the worst thing. Any other atrocity, on the record, me and Saji don't really care about.
We only care about potatoes.
Some might say a bold take. Some might say kind of fucked up. But have you ever had a French fry?
Yeah, have you? Greasy, salty, crunchy, if done right.
That sounds delicious, Saji. You want to make it for me sometime?
I can't make fries, but I sure as hell can eat them.
So this video is called Woke Cult hyphen. This is a warning. Now, what's the warning of? We'll fucking find out, bitch.
If there's anyone out there, if you can hear me, this is a warning.
Whoa. I got chills.
What I really like about the intro is it's very cinematic. It's very like da-da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. But the sound effects is slightly too loud. So you have to kind of strain to make out what the fuck he said.
Yeah, it's also really dramatic. I feel like I'm about to watch the end of the world unfold. I don't know what the hell we're getting into.
It feels like the trailer to like fucking like World War Z or some shit.
Yeah, right?
Like, it's very intense. Keep Idaho, Idaho. Violators will be chased out. That's got some vibes to it. You know, like
I'm just gonna assume they mean that, like, if you go to Idaho and you don't like potatoes, then they're not gonna let you in. That's what I'm gonna assume.
Yeah, we're not gonna make any claims like that. Like, it sounds vaguely fascist. We're not gonna do that.
There's a new threat in this great land, and it's come to Idaho. It can take on many forms and names, but we know it as the cult. With feverish hate,
fuck?
They work to destroy our sacred values, beliefs, and what is most precious to us.
What the fuck? This is what happens when you give an anti-vaxxer money. They make high quality, like, shitty ads.
It's literally the craziest shit. Not to mention, first of all, it's like, okay, the people with the masks, whatever the fuck, with the cult hoods, which is like, if you're talking about people with like cult hoods, that is like historically, like, that is like not that demographic of people.
But also, like, if you're gonna portray people in a cult, don't use fucking hoodies. Get like real cult hoods.
Like, it really was just hoodies. And also, like, the fucking, like, oh, the Constitution, that like, first of all, the thing about this guy, he's not a Republican, he's an independent. A lot of the beliefs align with like Republican, but you're gonna see some of them is not the same. It's very odd. He's a very strange person, but like the fucking idolization of like the Constitution, when really, if you look historically, the Constitution was just like some bumfuck shit that like they put together, like, because I was like, oh, we gotta have something right now. We're gonna update this in like 20 years, and they just never did.
Just a bunch of old people writing their names down on a piece of paper.
Actually, no, it wasn't old people. Everyone thinks that the founding fathers are old people. No, it was a bunch of like drunk 18 to like 36-year-olds for the most part.
Well, I guess now technically they're old. So my statement did have some validity.
Hindsight, yeah, they're like 200 years old.
So that is old, technically speaking. So technically, I was not incorrect.
Yeah, no, like you wasn't wrong. But also like the ultrasounds with like the baby whans in the background.
Yeah, what
like,
the fuck?
It's so dramatic.
Jesus Christ.
He's a fucking loser. He's a fucking loser.
There's only one way to fight this evil.
Fucking Ford.
The Ford F-150. It's just an ad for the Ford.
He gets out of the car, and it's just like the end of the commercial. Look at his.
Jesus, he's staring dead into my soul.
Oh, look at the way he stares at me. Oh, that's a broken shell of a man. That's a man who's found like his wife cheated on him like 12 times.
I can feel like anti-gay, just like the energy just spews from his body.
He just called me a.
Find them and chase them out.
I mean, if we think about this logically, all he's doing is fanning the flames. Like, he's making the fire bigger.
Logically speaking, that whole scene just made zero sense. He was like, okay, let me get out of my Ford F-150, walk over to this cult, push them to the side. They're going to start running away immediately, and I'm going to fan the flames and take out the American flag and save the day.
For now, they failed. But they're still lurking in the darkness. And this battle has just begun. Join the fight at votebundy.com.
What I think is really incredible about the entire thing is his voice is not imposing. He's a very soft, very like subtle kind of voice. It's like almost like a silky voice, you know? Like he could butter me up.
Yeah, he sounds like the actor that played Sam in Lord of the Rings. He just like has that. It's like a very like sweet, like comforting voice. That when he uses that voice to kind of be like, fuck you if you're gay, it doesn't sound intimidating. It's like, aw, that's cute, you know, nice try.
Yeah, it's the voice that like, it's like, he should be reading books to children. Like, what is he doing in this profession?
Yeah,
like, why is he trying to go about this route? So I seen this video and that like got me on a little rabbit hole of like, who the fuck is this guy? Because what I first thought was like, okay, this is like the Republican candidate for Idaho, like for governor of Idaho. But then I looked into it more and he's not a Republican. He is an independent. So like, of course, we're looking through and it's like health, freedom, bodily autonomy, which is like, oh my God, that's an important thing, right? But it's mainly about like, oh, they're forcing you to take all these vaccinations, which is not true. Like that, you're not forced to. Like that's not a thing that's happening right now. But he's also anti-abortion. So, you know, there is that a lot of hypocrisy. And I haven't seen specifically his stance on trans people specifically, but I don't think he'd want me to take hormones. He also wants to make Bitcoin and like fucking accepted forms of payment in the state.
Oh, this motherfucker's an alpha. Holy shit.
Yeah. Don't. Oh God. Oh, that is awful.
What in God's name is that? Who made that? Jesus.
That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. So I was trying to look into this guy, just see what the fuck he was about, so I have like a little bit of background before I went into the video and like whatever. And what I seen is he was in a legal dispute with the state of Idaho, with the Bureau of Land Management, because his like dad had a bunch of cattle grazing on like a bunch of federal land for like a long time. It was like a 21-year dispute. It was this big fucking thing. Yeah, there's so much lore of this guy. Like I'm like, look, there's no like, he's not a public figure. Why does he have this much fucking shit about him? So apparently, like in the state of Nevada, his like dad has a bunch of cattle because they're just like, they're kind of like rich people. They also like his dad are like fucking like high priests in like the Mormon church and like the Church of Latter-day Saints or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so they're probably really wealthy.
Yeah, so like another fucking Ammon Bundy fact. Like fucking the lore extends. So pretty much they was having this legal battle over the fuck of that, and he was like, well, I don't really see the government's authority, the Bureau of Land Management Authority, to regulate the sovereign state of Nevada. Like, whatever. Just a bunch of crazy shit. So there's the Bundy standoff, which happened in 2014, but then in 2016, there was a militant occupation.
That's insane.
So Bundy drove a fucking vehicle to stop like a Bureau of Land Management truck from leaving. The officers like told him to move, and they started like being all like they got in a fight. They tased him. He ripped off the taser wires and advanced towards them, and so he got tasered a second time. And he also climbed on the dump truck or whatever the fuck that they had, and then he got indicted in 2016 for this like kind of standoff that happened. And the men like involved with it were charged with like 16 felony counts, which is like. Whoa.
That's insane that he's running for office after all of this.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's not even like all of it. There's if you go down more, you got the 2016 militant occupation. So pretty much what this is in 2015, these two ranchers, Dwight and Steve Hammond, were resentenced to 5 years of court for the 2 counts of arson on federal lands, which I don't know if that's connected to the other thing or there's a separate thing. But what happened was this whole case caught the attention of Bundy. And he reached out to them and was like, yo, y'all want some help? And they was like, no, we don't want your help. And then the dude just fucking ignored them and decided to lead an armed occupation of the headquarters area of the fucking Mallard National Wildlife Refuge. And he fucking referred to his group as the Citizens for Constitutional Freedom, which, what the fuck?
This dude has some fucking nerve. Jesus.
Of course he takes a stand like, I'm doing this for like the freedom of the people, which like, no, you're doing all this shit because like, you've got a fucking grudge because like you illegally grazed on like the government's land.
I don't know, that is kind of like hard though. Like to just be like, fuck the government, my cows are gonna eat your fucking grass. Like that's kind of sick. Just to kind of I don't know, that's like kind of cool.
But he's also a fucking like high priest in like the Mormon church. Like his father is the U.S. lead attorney that was prosecuting his family in all this shit. So like it seems like that's a conflict of interest, you know what I mean, with how tight knit the Mormon church is.
I was reading this paragraph below, and it was saying that he claims that nationalism does not equal patriotism, and compared the modern day United States to 1930s and Nazi Germany, and then compared Trump to Hitler. So it's very hard trying to get a read on this dude. He's very all over the place.
And if you look at the next paragraph below, he expressed support for the Black Lives Matter movement and the defund the police movements. And he said, you have a problem in your mind if you think somehow the Black Lives Matter movement is more dangerous than the police, and there needs to be defunding of the government in general, especially the police force, because they're the ones who seek to destroy us. Which is like based as fuck, right? Like based as fuck. Like
yeah,
fuck
that
the
is
cops.
based as fuck. But that's I don't know. That's so. I feel so betrayed because it's like, I don't know, or not betrayed, but I feel like my feelings are being messed with right now. He obviously he's not a great person, but he's also like, I don't like Trump and I support Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like, that's cool. Like, that's great. But also, like, you've done this, this, and this, and you kind of suck. I'm trying to think of the people that, like, support this dude. Because it's, like, right-wing Republicans who are anti-vax but don't like BLM aren't going to fuck with this guy. And then people on the left who are, like, anti-Trump but, you know, are, like, want vaccine but also support BLM are just, like, oh shit, like what the fuck do I don't know. It's just like I don't think anyone's going to support this guy because he's just kind of contradicting everything that he supports. He
has no like voter base because like his key positions are so like opposed.
This dude is the most confusing politician on earth.
The fucking video. I forgot about the video though. I forgot about the video because I was so trapped about other things. The video's fucking crazy.
No, the video was insane. The production behind that.
No, like it's a generally well-made video.
Unreal. Yeah,
it's well made. It's fucking that shit.
It's always so funny to me to see people put so much money and effort into content that is just so bad.
If you like this video and you fucking thought Saji was cool, and if you didn't think Saji was cool, fuck you, dumb opinion, dumb take. If you liked him, where can they find you?
I also have a YouTube channel, but all of my videos are about politics. So if you don't like politics, then that kind of sucks. It's about Politics and potatoes. Those are my.
So yeah, go fucking subscribe to the channel. You're gonna fucking love it. If you like this video, click that video. I'm sure you're gonna like my other videos if you like this video. Bye bye.